Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Does Helm Paint have the best paint on the planet? Helm, yeah. We only sell Benjamin Moore, the world's finest paint. Because paint ain't paint. Let us steer you right.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Yes, a Friday afternoon. Kaboom goes the dynamite. Kinda like that. The weekend's upon us, New Orleans. If we could just get people to turn right on red, by golly, we'd move the city forward. That's my mayoral platform, making people turn right on red. Where a lot of people refuse to turn right on red. Friday afternoon edition of the program. Thanks so much for joining us. A Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Yes. Kind of a gloomy, wet week, or Friday, I should say, not week. Weekend, I guess a little Freudian slip. It's supposed to rain tomorrow and Sunday, but who knows? I didn't cancel my outdoor Sunday morning plans. But yeah, a lot of rain today. But we know the drill. That's one good thing about being down here. Natives, official New Orleanians, folks that listen to, other folks. Hey, it's a Friday. Look at this rain. It looks like, 11 a.m., noon, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Looks like it's steady and it's going to stay. Why don't y'all get out of here right now? Hey, don't return from lunch. Just leave at lunch and don't come back. Knock out that work on your laptop at home. That kind of thing. People sort of stagger getting the heck out of Dodge on a Friday when it's stormy and rainy like this. The roads are, a little trafficy, a little slow moving because there's a little street flooding. There's some torrential rain in different parts of the metro. But overall, there's less traffic on the road, so you can navigate, you can get around. It's not like, my God, it's Friday, this kind of rain. Maybe a generation or two ago, I think it would be like that. But things seem to be moving pretty well in and around the metro, as far as I can tell. When there's this much rain, this kind of a severe rain event. Yeah, some rain heavy, tornado warning for some parts of outside of New Orleans, Metro New Orleans under a flood warning, Orleans, Jefferson Parish. No, when you get a few inches of rain coming out of the sky within an hour, the pumps can't keep up. I don't care if it's Sewage and Water Board, New Orleans, Jefferson Parish, their water system, St. Bernard, West Bank, doesn't matter. We all live in the same spot, same elevation. Yeah, which, I was talking earlier in the week about, mayoral platform. And honestly, I think mine would take, but it would take a little while. Like, I honestly think in the beginning, folks might laugh at it a little bit, some parts of it. Because, I've got, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 major things, and a few of them, to some people, aren't so major. And they're on no one else's radar. But one of mine would be we're going to clean the city. We're going to go from one of the filthiest, if not the filthiest city in America to the cleanest. That's our goal. And it's not a BS goal. That is our goal. We're going to become the cleanest city. And we're going to devise a plan to get there. And the number one starter is the citizens. A lot of people right in front of us, all different types of folks, black, white, old, young, rich, poor, litter like crazy in Metro New Orleans. It's insane. So no, we go from one of the filthiest cities to one of the cleanest. It's so funny when, a New Orleanian goes on vacation. We've all experienced this. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Jimmy. How was Denver? How was Seattle? How was Atlanta? How was Phoenix? It was so clean. It was so clean. It's like, all right, no, it wasn't. We're just dirty. Tell me something. I mean, the world's biggest ball of twine, something that you did when you were there. Not it was so clean. You should have seen how clean it was. No, that's most places. New Orleans is filthy. So we would clean up the city finally. Trash, litter. Make it prohibitive for folks to throw out trash and litter. We have enough crime cameras and traffic cameras to pick up people doing this. And then you could have citizens videoing it happen and send it in. Retention ponds, water features, planting trees like crazy all over the metro. No, days like this. Yesterday, we would have lowered all the water tables, all the retention ponds around Metro New Orleans, and the water would be flowing into them. And in Orleans Parish, for instance, the Sewage and Water Board would be pumping an inch of rain the first hour, a half inch of rain every hour after that, out of these retention ponds, out of the streets, out of the neighborhoods, out of the businesses, out of the homes, out of the cars. Hey, you can park your car on the neutral ground. We have no investment at all, no monetary investment. Think about this. No homes, no businesses, no cars, no money invested in the neutral ground, yet it's the high ground. It's just, my mind's imploding. It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, clean the city. Retention ponds, water features everywhere, collecting water in low-lying areas. And trees, trees, trees. All we would do is plant trees. Become what we should be, the lushest, greenest city in America. We're in a swamp. We're in the top end of the subtropic zone. Humid, lots of rain. It should be lush and green here. Instead, we have an 18% tree canopy. Atlanta, Georgia has 47%. Memphis, 39%. We're at 18%. We've lost a third of our trees in the last 20 years. No one's talking about this. Retention ponds, water features, planting trees. Trees mitigate flooding. They absorb water. They shade the area. They keep things cooler. The city's not as hot. We should have trees everywhere. CBD, French Quarter, everywhere. French Quarter, yes, trees everywhere. In the quarter, manageable, smaller trees that would fit in. I can go on and on about it. UNO, something not on anybody's radar, investing in UNO. Coastal erosion, it's a Louisiana problem, it's a national problem, but the epicenter of any kind of devastation would be New Orleans. We're the population center. So we should be proactively, our mayor, our council should be proactively moving the needle with the state, with the feds on coastal, projects, rebuilding our coast, not just leave it up to the state and the feds. We're just New Orleans instead of, we are New Orleans. Stay in it. Clean city, retention ponds, water features, planting trees, focusing on UNO, the University of New Orleans. Should have 30, 40, 50,000 students. Should be an economic engine for the city. Yeah, infrastructure, economy, making education the best it can be in America. Those are obvious. But some of the things I think that are really important that would drive the city forward, not even discussed, not even talked about. A rainy Friday. Be careful out there. Fantasy Friday. The weekend's upon us. What's the deal? Bad day fishing better than a good day working. Rainy weekend's better than a sunny weekday, I guess, working. Mother's Day this Sunday. Take care of mom. Woodhouse Day Spa. Today, tomorrow, they're open Sunday. Get her what she wants, guys. A day of relaxation at the city's premier day spa. You got time to do it. 5 area locations. Canal Street at Carrollton in Mid-City, right near the CBD, less than 10 minutes away. They're in Metairie near North Kenner, Transcontinental West Esplanade, Metairie near North Kenner. Convenient. They're in Mandeville. They're in Slidell. They're in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana. Or you can visit their website, print your own gift certificate, any denomination, woodhousespas.com. I'm sure you've heard me talk about it before. Go to one of the 5 locations, get a little goodie bag. Guy on the North Shore sent me a photo of one. Candles, bath salt, moisturizers, and the gift card. She'll go crazy over that. The lobby area has all kind of goodies for her. The staff will help you out. WoodhouseSpas.com, 5 locations. Take care of mom. Mother's Day is Sunday. Problem solved. Woodhouse Day Spa gift card. Hey, our Humane May fundraiser going on right now. Monday's going to be the 12th of May already. We're almost halfway done. Middle of next week, halfway done with the month of May. Middle of next week. We're nowhere near halfway there. We're not even near 20% there. We're way behind pacing, as it were. Please help save animals, cats and dogs, horses. Humane Society of Louisiana is the place. The website to donate, humanela.org. humanela.org. Go to the website right now and donate on this Friday. Start the weekend off right. $5, $10, $20. humanela.org. It is a Friday. That means Fridays with Fletch. Oh, no. Fletcher Mackel joining us next. Hey, you tired of your dry cleaner? Simply want to experience the best in New Orleans? A New Orleans institution since 1940. They've been at it 85 years. YoungsDryCleaning.com. YoungsDryCleaning.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Some people think paint is paint. Well, it ain't. Paint ain't paint. At Helm Paint, we only sell Benjamin Moore because it's the best paint on the planet. In the end, you'll save time, effort, and money because Benjamin Moore paints cover beautifully in less coats. So the next time you pick up a brush, remember, big box, big mistake. Because paint ain't paint. To get the best, you gotta go to Helm. Let us steer you right.
Helm Paint. Supply.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now. Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
A rainy Friday afternoon. Corey Johnson with you. Be careful out there. It appears everybody kind of gets it now. Folks that can get out of work early or out of work early, you know, they leave at 1, 2 o'clock. So, yeah, there's a little traffic on the road, but not as bad as it would be on a normal Friday. Hey, speaking of Friday, it's a little after 4:20. We do it every week. Fridays with Fletch. Fletcher Mackel joins us from Channel 6 Sports. What up, Fletch?
Not a lot, Corey. What's up? A little wet out. Not a great day here in New Orleans.
You're not taking your electric bike out for a ride this afternoon.
I am 100% not doing that. Yes.
And it's your day off. You're like, damn it. Make it rain when, you know.
I know. It is definitely kind of, yeah. So, not great.
Nope. Anyway, they don't have you doing emergency weather coverage, do they?
No, thankfully no, but I did see that they're rolling off basically all of our crews onto weather coverage because there's flash flooding and chance of tornadoes. So, yeah. So. All
right. I'll let you lead things off, Fletch. Unless you've eaten somewhere good lately, we could start with that. But if not, we can just keep rolling.
I ate at Bar Car today.
Oh, wow.
It was really good. It's the same Nick Huff who owns Juniors took over Bar Car out there in Old Metairie. It was great. So
I'll tell you a little trick about Bar Car. On Wednesday night, it's steak night.
I've heard it's good.
Yeah, it's a little Caesar salad, some mashed potatoes, a little filet. But, you know, they've got like a chef-driven sauce on the filet. So that kind of, you know, puts it over the top from a lot of places, kind of steak night. But it was $19.99. It was a joke. And they jacked it up $5 whole. It's $24.99. $25 for steak night Wednesday night at Bar Car right by the train tracks off Metairie Road. There you go. We're on the same page on that. Yeah, not bad. Not a bad place. That place gets jammed, Fletch. It's amazing.
Oh, it's packed. You have a good product. People come back, and he does a great job. Nick does a great job with that stuff.
I mean, how about the galley used to just sort of sit by itself down there? Now there's got to be like, I mean, I don't want to just guess, but it's definitely north of $100 million in investment on that Labar to Causeway side of Metairie Road.
Yeah, Garrison, Tana, Felipe's. It's blowing up on Metairie Road down there, yeah.
It really has. It's blown up. That's a good way to put it. It's insane. A ton of investment. Crazy. Fridays with Fletch. Fletcher Mackel's with us on the program. All right. What would you be leading off today's sportscast with if you were working?
Well, tomorrow we get to see Saints rookie mini camp, the media. So it started today. Tomorrow's the day the media gets to go out there. So that's going to be our big talker this weekend. Look, LSU baseball's playing Arkansas if they play tonight. I don't know if they're going to play tonight because of the weather. But, you're talking about two top 7 teams in the country based on whatever rankings you want to look at. The winner of this series is probably going to automatically stamp themselves as a national seed, and meaning the road to the College World Series will go through either Fayetteville or LSU. The other one could still be a national seed, but whoever takes 2 out of 3 in this series is going to solidify themselves as one of the best 8 teams in the country, and it's going to be, hey, they're hosting a sub-regional and a super regional. And then the draft lottery for the NBA is Monday night. Can the Pelicans possibly defy the odds again? They did it in 2012, got Anthony Davis. They did it in 2019 and got Zion. Can they defy the odds again and maybe get Cooper flagged?
Fletcher Mackel's with us. Another Fridays with Fletch. Hey, the rookie minicamp, is there anybody who is still in school or isn't going to make it, or everybody's going to be there?
Everybody's there. As far as I know, I haven't heard anything otherwise. We can always find something out tomorrow, but from what we have been told, the local media is they've sent out the rosters and who's there, and Saints been releasing some images on their digital platforms, and yeah. So I think everybody's there, and it looks like, Calvin Banks, the first-round draft pick, Shuck, the second-rounder, Stutzman, the linebacker, Neal, the running back. It looks like everybody's there.
Yeah, that cornerback, the first 3 you mentioned, the cornerback, the running back splitting time. A lot of these players are going to be starters for the Saints, right?
Probably. I think hopefully so. Look, here's the thing. They drafted Kool-Aid McKinstry high last year. He's a high second-round draft pick, which I think is good. I think there's a lot of hope that he becomes a starter. Alontae Taylor played in the slot and outside. I think he's probably more of a slot guy. So, yeah. This kid Quincy, he could maybe be a starter from Louisville. If not, he seems like a guy who's going to be in the mix. They did sign Isaac Yiadom, who's a veteran who started games here. But yeah, I think he could be a starter. Stutzman, I think could be a rotational player. The Saints are going to play a new 4-3, and I'm curious to see what they do on that defensive front 7, because guys that seem like they may get cut, like Colin Saunders and Nathan Shepard, guys who seemed more like 4-3 defensive tackles, not 3-4 nose tackles or ends. The Saints kept them. They have a boatload of defensive linemen in kind of hybrid outside linebackers. So I'm curious to see next week on the 22nd. That's the first day. Rookies and veterans are going to be out there together for the media to see. I'm curious to see who lines up where. Does the rookie first-round draft pick Calvin Banks line up at left tackle and Fuaga kicks over to the right? Is Penning inside at guard? Is Banks at guard? So I'm curious to see where those guys line up. And then I'm curious to see on defense who lines up where. Not that day one of OTAs when they can practice outside is a true indication. But nonetheless, it's our first chance to see, hey, the coaches are putting this guy here, this guy there, and this guy in this spot. It's at least a little bit of a blueprint.
It's strictly rookies, right?
Rookies this weekend, and then starting on the 22nd, not this upcoming week, but the following week. That's when the veterans and the rookies, they'll have 3 weeks of organized team activities or organized training activities, and that's when they can actually get on the field, the rookies and the veterans. That's on the 22nd.
This kind of stuff's fun. Covering sports, drafts fun. Covering games is the ultimate, reporting on them. The Derek Carr kind of stuff, those kind of stories suck. I mean, last few weeks ago, it was the at the church in Vegas stuff. And now we're hearing maybe trying to avoid surgery. It just leaves this guy in this gray area, Fletcher, and no one wants that.
Yeah, no, and look, it just what I hope we don't have is this drags out. Look, obviously, it's pretty clear. Look, Derek has always been a good guy. He's not a bad person. Like, he just didn't want to be here anymore. A new coach. It didn't work out his 2 years with Dennis Allen with the Saints. I think he was ready to go and hit the free agent market. He may have ended up with the Giants or the Browns or the Steelers. And the Saints, because it benefited them, kept him and restructured his contract. And they want him to be like a good soldier for 1 year. And I don't think he wants to do that. So now we're kind of at an impasse. And I think it's going to – I hope what it is he either gets released after June 1 and the Saints just set him free, or they just put him on injured reserve and he kind of goes away and he's out of sight, out of mind. What I hope we don't have is, boy, he's close. Boy, he may play. Boy, he's getting healthy. Because that's just garbage. That's just a waste of time for everybody.
What if he's healthy and Rodgers retires and the Steelers want this guy? Was that a possibility?
I mean, I guess. I mean, he still has to waive his no-trade clause. So at this point, look, I don't know. Maybe they're a better team than the Saints. They made the playoffs last year. I don't know if he wants that, though. I think he truly wanted to be released. He would have probably gotten a 2-year deal from Pittsburgh, 2-year deal from the Giants, 2-year deal from the Browns. I don't know if he wants – he was going to be a lame duck here.
Yeah.
Does he go to the Steelers as a lame duck after missing all of the offseason? I don't know. I think we're past the point of no return. So it's either going to be cut and wait to see what happens in training camp if a bona fide starter sadly suffers an injury, or just sit it out this year, get healthy, and hit free agency next year.
The NBA draft lottery mentions Monday night. The Pels have as good a shot basically as anybody else, right? Just a few points below the ones that have the best shot, right?
Yeah, they have a 12.5% chance. The top 3 teams have a 14% chance, and the Pelicans have their next 4th best odds, 12.5% chance to land the number 1 pick.
And like you said, the top 3 have 14%, so it's the same odds essentially. You don't buy 2 lotto tickets.
The top 3 are the same. The top 3 are 14, right. And they're 4th, and then it goes down. It continues to go down.
No, I get it. I'm just saying 12.5, 14%. It's basically the same. So pretty good shot at landing in number 1.
The year they won it, they only had like a
3%.
Like a 5%
yeah,
chance.
3% or 5%. Yeah, exactly. Crazy.
Right.
All right, Fletch, always a pleasure. Have a good weekend.
All right, Corey, thank you.
That's Fletcher Mackel, WDSU Channel 6 Sports on this wet Friday afternoon. Michael Hecht's going to join us next from Greater New Orleans Inc. That segment's always brought to you by Latrim, the global manufacturing giant that just continues to hire because all they do is grow worldwide. This New Orleans company, check them out, latrim.com. For a full listing of positions available, go to their website, latrim.com. Latrim spelled L-A-I-T-R-A-M, latrim.com. Yep, a culture of innovation over there at Latrim. Check out the website even if you're not looking for a job. An incredible New Orleans company. Michael Hecht, Greater New Orleans.
Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here. delivering Louisiana's future. At the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Interlocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Interlocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Interlocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scot Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. It's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now. Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Does Helm Paint have the best paint on the planet? Helm, yeah. We only sell Benjamin Moore, the world's finest paint. Because paint ain't paint. Let us steer you right. Helm Paint.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Corey Johnson back at you. Michael Hecht's with us from Greater New Orleans, Inc. What's up, Miguel?
Not much, buddy. Rain's coming down. People are driving like fools. What is it about, the way people drive in the rain? This guy next to me almost just, ran right through this big red light on Loyola. It rains all the time. Oh, I see. It's a Texas license plate. Okay.
Michael, a few tips that are important. Don't turn right on red and drive slow in the left lane with your hazard lights on.
That too.
Yeah.
The hazard light thing. It's all right. I see you can just put your lights on. That's what they do in the real world.
Those are my 3. I'm in New Orleans, you can turn right on red. It's legal. Driving with your hazard lights on is illegal. That always just yells to me like, I'm so scared. I really shouldn't be on the road. I mean, it's like maybe you should get off the road if you have to if you feel compelled to turn your hazards on while driving, pull over.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right.
Jeez, I don't know. And then lastly, the driving in the left lane, that always, I'm like, I don't get that. I see someone.
In some countries, even Denmark, you get a ticket for that.
Yeah, smart. That's it's the law here. We just don't enforce it too much.
Oh, that's true. There's a big difference between the law and what actually happens.
Yeah, I was trying to get some legislation passed for things like that. Also, no 18-wheelers in the left lane in like the city, like in Orleans, Jefferson Parish, East Baton Rouge, things like that. No 18-wheelers in the left lane, but legislators aren't interested in that kind of stuff. They want to take control of boards and things like that. All right, so let's talk about the legislative session. That levy board legislation failed, Michael. I think that's a good thing, keeping politics out of a functioning levy district. The East Bank levy district seems to be functioning right. A mandate by the citizens post-Katrina. Leave it alone.
Yeah, that was fun. I was surprised that it failed, but I think that was a good thing from a political standpoint. I agree with that.
No, I was surprised that failed as well. What are some of the other things I wanted to talk to you about as far as legislation?
A lot of the insurance stuff is going through. A lot of the anti-billboard stuff is going through, but we'll see what happens once it gets to the Senate. Those things have historically died in Judicial A. So we'll see what happens there. But, we've gotten further than we've ever gotten before.
Yeah, when the stats are scary. New York State, 22 million people, 60,000 injury claims. Louisiana, 4.5 million, 66,000 injury claims. The billboards, Michael, I had a template on the show a few weeks ago. He made a brilliant point. Obviously, the billboards encourage lawsuits. He said something, and not only the billboards, advertising attorneys, the billboards, the over-the-top radio and TV ads. He said something I thought that was really smart. It tells people, like, if you get in a wreck and are injured, you need to hire an attorney. It insinuates you need to hire an attorney, and you don't. I mean, I like you, like most people we know, have settled insurance claims over our lifetime multiple times and never hired a lawyer.
Never occurred to me.
Exactly. But that, I thought Template made a great point. All these billboards over the top in your face, and not only, my point, encourages you to sue, it tells you need to have an attorney to do it right. It's bad messaging.
Well, the fact that you have Buddy Bart, on the internet fighting with Blake Miguez, who's sponsoring the legislation, it tells me that we're onto something, because Buddy doesn't like this stuff.
No, that local attorney, Blake Curry, that posted that video of the policeman that pulled the truck over, the little like F-150 Silverado, and the cops talking to the driver, and he didn't realize he left his police cruiser like an Explorer and drive, apparently, and it just creeps up like 5 feet and taps the bumper of the truck. Morris Bart has a claim for $1.5 million, where he'd take $600,000 of that. I'm telling you, a fingernail wasn't broken, Michael. A hair wasn't knocked out of place. Just embarrassing.
Yeah, it's really, I for whatever, we live in a world of injustice, but for whatever reason, that stuff just, I think here's the thing, Corey. Most people who do things that are immoral, they're either screwing over poor people or screwing over rich people. The billboard attorneys have figured out how to get both of them at the same time.
Yeah, no.
So it just strikes me as being greedy.
Yeah, no, it is. And the greed it's coming out of your pocket, my pocket, few cents, few dollars every day out of everybody's pocket. So it's obnoxious. Michael, this is out of the Greater New Orleans Inc. 10 parish region, but thought this was pretty good. Reuters had a story about Microsoft going to the Port of Baton Rouge, an $800 million carbon capture deal with Atmos Clear is the carbon capture company. So Microsoft, I mean, I don't know. It's not the greatest thing. It's not white collar jobs in the CBD, but I like getting any Microsoft paycheck, being written to somebody in Louisiana.
No, all of these things like the Meta AI Center in Richland, anything that creates a relationship with these companies is good. You don't know what it leads to. It gives you their brand. I love all this stuff. And, our biggest fight this legislative session is actually on this carbon capture stuff because we're caught in a little bit of the crosshairs between the far left that doesn't like carbon capture because it works and the far right that kind of doesn't like it on a libertarian basis. And it's just, look, in a world where there's a huge demand for energy going up and a huge demand for decreased carbon capture is kind of what unlocks that. We really need it in order to take advantage of this. So, we've been fighting back that legislation mostly with success so far.
Michael Hecht's with us on a Friday. Michael Hecht from Greater New Orleans saying, boy, Breeze Airlines loves New Orleans, huh? They just keep adding more flights.
Yeah, we're one of, they have like 4 or 5 of these, I don't know what you want to call them, mini hubs, and we're one of them. And they just keep adding flights. They've got a good business model. They use these smaller, efficient planes. I think they're 2x2s or 2x1s. I guess they're 2x2s. And they're able to do point-to-point to places that aren't served by the legacy airlines. And they, to me, they're kind of like if Southwest and JetBlue had a baby. That would be Breeze. It's a nice little combination. I've taken them. They do a good job. Not super fancy, but it's fun. It's just what you want. I'm really everyone they keep that. They added what? They added, is it Savannah or North Beach they just added?
Yes, yeah. It's pretty nice.
It's a good deal.
Yeah,
it's a really good deal.
Savannah's a beautiful city. That's great to have a nonstop from New Orleans to Savannah. For Savannah folks to get to New Orleans, it's a two-way street. It's not only to get us to those places, but a lot of the time it's the other way around to get those people to us, right?
That's right. Yep, that's how it works.
Hey, how do we get out of strictly being the type of airport we are? I know you know the name, the branding, but I think 99% of our flights connect to nowhere. There's very few people that fly into Louis Armstrong and don't leave the airport. I mean, it might be a few dozen a day, right?
We're a point-to-point airport. We're not a hub airport. That's difficult because airlines, like the hubs were designated by the FAA originally, right, when everything was regulated. And so that's how, Atlanta became a hub, for example. Now, in the age of deregulation, which has been going on since, I guess that deregulation happened under Carter, I guess. The airlines are generally doing point-to-point with smaller aircrafts. So I think kind of the best that we can hope for is to become kind of one of these virtual hubs. I'm not sure what we do, Cord, actually. We could spend a ton of money to try to create a hub with an airline, but we've looked at stuff like that. It doesn't really make sense.
Why don't we get some geniuses on the computer at Tulane, just put in some AI equation with all the flight information nationwide and see, is there any economic model where the airlines would benefit financially to have X amount of flights out of New Orleans or going through New Orleans compared to the model they have right now? And I think the answer may be no, but the answer may be right. It might be dozens of flights that you present that to the airlines and they're like, we need to go through New Orleans. We save X amount of dollars a year and we still service the customers we're trying to service. I don't know if that's...
That's how you do it. You're right, because the basic thing that the airlines do is they use a metric called PDUs, people direct each way. And what they basically do is they use that people direct each way as a way of understanding what is the demand for a particular route. And if they see that they can get more PDUs and more revenue on a flight, let's say direct from Paris to New Orleans instead of Paris, Atlanta to New Orleans, then they might do it. And it's really just a matter of, at the end of the day, what's going to give them the highest
revenue
return. And who knows how sophisticated they are. Even the airlines are on these legacy systems. They may not be doing.
They're locked and loaded. They're lazy. They're set in their ways. It might be a lot of chance for New Orleans to grow that. Hey, Michael, I'm going to knock out a quick break. We're going to come right back.
Some
More
people
with
think
Michael
paint is
Hecht.
paint. Well, it ain't. Paint ain't paint. At Helm Paint, we only sell Benjamin Moore because it's the best paint on the planet. In the end, you'll save time, effort, and money because Benjamin Moore paints cover beautifully in less coats. So the next time you pick up a brush, remember, big box, big mistake. Because paint ain't paint. To get the best, you got to go to Helm. Let us steer you right.
Helm Paint. And supply.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center. It's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scot Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Yeah, you're right. Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Corey Johnson back at you. Michael Hecht with us from Greater New Orleans Inc. Hey, Miguel, any singles, doubles, triples, home runs, grand slams happening or on the horizon?
Yeah, so we've got an announcement coming up, a downtown New Orleans announcement that I would call a triple. It's going to be one of the biggest leases signed in about 5 years downtown. So that's coming. That's good because that's white collar jobs downtown.
When can we expect that?
I think we're announcing that. I think it's early June. It's already kind of leaked out, but I'm not supposed to talk about it. But that's happening. So that's a really good one. What else is going on that's going to be announced soon? On Monday we've got an announcement that I think is actually I'm going to call it an inside the park home run, because people are not going to appreciate how big of a deal it is until it's almost really done. But that's something we're doing with the governor in Baton Rouge on Monday, and that is in the advanced manufacturing space.
Wow.
Not traditional, so think about that, yeah.
Wow, maybe like knee shoot or something like that?
It's not a traditional announcement. It's I don't know. It's announcement adjacent. I don't know. It's hard for me to even be coy about it. I don't even know how to describe it.
Oh, yeah, don't get in trouble. Don't pull a LaToya Cantrell and say Target's coming to the Lowe's in the East, all right? Don't scare anything away, all right?
Jesus.
I'm already hitting the Google device. I'm searching for largest lease company coming to New Orleans downtown. One final thing, Michael, unless you have any other economic announcements.
Yeah, I think those are the two that are coming up next.
All right.
So I'm forgetting. Yeah, I think those are the two.
One thing I forgot to mention when we were talking about the legislature, now I'm remembering. I'm in the super minority, not the minority, the super minority. I think the homestead exemption is stupid. I think it is a political joke that some hack 50 years ago came up with it to get reelected. I think it should go away. Coupled with, we should pay what our house is actually assessed at. All houses and properties are basically underassessed, and we have the homestead exemption. So people are like, Corey's drunk. He wants to pay more taxes on his house. No, I want to do that, Michael, because then the income tax can go away. So for you and me and most people that are homeowners, it'd be like an even deal. You'd be given more taxes paying more taxes for your house, but you'd have no income tax. So it would even out. But the benefit,
generally, property taxes are a better tax than income tax because they're used locally. So it's it's almost more of a user fee. So no, if you're in the super minority, I'm there with you. I agree completely. The homestead exemption is ridiculous. It was there as a gimmick, and now it's considered a sacred cow.
Yep.
But no, it's dumb.
No, and they're going to increase it from 75,000 to 125,000. So
what do you really? All you're doing is pushing the eggs around the plate, right?
Exactly. I would rather. Our system doesn't work, so we go with what Texas, Florida, Tennessee do. You pay on your house, no income tax, and then that lures other people to your state. Right now, we're not luring anyone in, so the taxes would be a wash for most people. No income tax, pay more on your home, and then you'd lure people here. So I don't see a downside, but what the hell do I know?
I'm on my way to the airport. Go pick my kid up. He's coming in for a week for the back from school.
How about Pope Leo from Chicago with the New Orleans ties?
Pope Leo from the 7th Ward, man. I think that's awesome.
Isn't it?
You know what? I'm going to leave you with this. This is my idea for you or for Dirty Coast or for anybody, Flirty Girl, right? It's a picture of the Pope done in orange, and it says Popeyes above him, but instead of Popeyes, it's Pope Yes.
Wow. We're going to have to work on that. Pope Yes in the Popeyes logo. Wow. The Popeyes font. Michael Hecht, always a pleasure, brother.
Love you, KJ.
Yeah, you're right, man. Thanks so much, Michael. Have a great weekend.
You too, boss. Take care.
Yeah, you're right. That's Michael Hecht, Greater New Orleans Inc., joining us on the program. Have a good weekend, a rainy weekend. Hopefully not. I mean, right now, today's obviously a washout. The weather's supposed to continue like this throughout the night. But tomorrow might be sort of just cloudy. You know, rain in the forecast tomorrow, rain in the forecast on Sunday, rain in the forecast on Monday. Like I said the other day, I don't think we're going to have all that. Tomorrow might be all right. We'll see. 5 o'clock power hour coming your way on a Fantasy Friday. Scot Craig from Katie's and Francesca is going to join us in the 5 o'clock power hour on this rainy Friday. Hey, don't forget our Humane May fundraisers going on right now throughout the month of May. Please go to the website for the Humane Society of Louisiana. Let's save some animals. HumaneLA.org is the website. Please go to the website right now and donate $5 or $10 or $20, whatever you can. HumaneLA.org. HumaneLA.org. Yeah, we're trying to raise $10,000 in the month of May for the Humane Society of Louisiana. Mother's Day this Sunday. Mother's Day in 2 days. The Woodhouse Day Spa, all 5 locations. 2 on the South Shore, 2 on the North Shore, Baton Rouge. Open today, open tomorrow, open Mother's Day. Mother's Day is Sunday, guys. Take care of mom. Get her what she wants. A day of relaxation from the city's premier day spa, the Woodhouse. Even Blue Boy knows that. What, Blue Boy? Tell folks to stick around. 5 o'clock power hour next. Thanks, buddy. Down, Blue Boy. Down, buddy. Down. Good boy.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 5 p.m.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Have you been to the new Tracy's on Magazine? There's no better sports bar restaurant in the entire city. Tracy's is inside of a 100-year-old building with literally dozens and dozens of flat-screen TVs, including a 120-inch monster. Tracy's has everything you're looking for in a sports bar, including arguably the best roast beef po' boy in town. When it's time to check out your favorite teams, make it Tracy's on Magazine at Pleasant, in between Washington and Louisiana. Legendary Tracy's in the Garden District.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now. Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa. And now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Does Helm Paint have the best paint on the planet? Helm, yeah. We only sell Benjamin Moore, the world's finest paint. Because paint ain't paint. Let us steer you right.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Yes, 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 and yes. Friday, even a rainy, crappy Friday afternoon is a good Friday, huh? It's that gimmick, I said it last hour. A bad day fishing's better than a good day at work. I don't want it to be rainy this weekend. Maybe tomorrow it won't be. We'll see. But today's pretty crappy. But it is Friday, and it's a little after 5 o'clock, which means for most of us, the work week is in the books. And for most of us, the entire weekend, all of it smack dab in front of us. Don't wait till Saturday, Sunday night to go, boy, the weekend flew by fast. Enjoy it right now. Smell the roses. We like putting a spotlight on this very time. We blow the 5 o'clock whistle. Toot, toot. Every Friday, a little after 5 o'clock. That 5 o'clock whistle appropriately brought to you by Katie's in Mid-City. Why don't you get over to Katie's in Mid-City right now? A great place to wind down the work week. Get a few cocktails at the bar, grab a table, and enjoy some New Orleans specialties, some New Orleans goodies.
Scot Craig's going to join us in a few minutes from Francesca Deli. We'll find out what's on the menu. More is better, more of the good things. Katie's in Mid-City, as New Orleans as it gets. Iberville, corner Telemachus. Katie's in Mid-City. Yes, Scot Craig's going to join us in a few minutes on this Fantasy Friday. If you missed the 4 o'clock hour, Fridays with Fletch, Fletcher Mackel, one of our usual suspects. And we just got off the line with Michael Hecht from Greater New Orleans, Inc. Fantasy Friday, Mother's Day, Sunday, not tomorrow, the next day. Good thing, the Woodhouse Day Spa open today, tomorrow, Mother's Day, Sunday. Guys, get her what she wants. There are 5 locations of the Woodhouse. They're in Mid-City, New Orleans, Canal Street at Carrollton. They're open late tonight. They're open late tomorrow. Canal Street at Carrollton. That's convenient for a lot of folks beelining out of the CBD. You live in Mid-City, Old Metairie, Uptown, Lakeview. Pretty easy. Woodhouse, Mid-City. There's a Metairie/North Kenner location. Transcontinental at West Esplanade. In Metairie, near North Kenner. Another Woodhouse. 2 North Shore locations, Mandeville across from the Mandeville City Hall on the East Causeway approach, not far from Trey Yan or Gallagher's 527. They're in Slidell, about 90 seconds off the I-10 Gauze exit. And they're in Baton Rouge, right by the Mall of Louisiana. I recommend going to one of the 5 locations, guys, today before they close tomorrow. Even on Sunday, if you have to, and get one of the staff in the front, that foyer lobby area, to help you out, to pick out some goodies like bath salts, moisturizing cream, candles. They've got all kind of goodies that she'll love. You get her that little goodie bag from the Woodhouse and a day of relaxation gift card. It's a grand slam home run, taking care of mom for Mother's Day. It's Sunday. Don't try to avoid it. Embrace it. Make her happy. What am I going to get her? A day of relaxation at the Woodhouse Day Spa. Is she going to like it? She's going to love it. It's exactly what she wants. Hey, maybe you can't make it to one of the 5 Woodhouse Day Spa locations. You can print that gift card online, any denomination, including a full-blown day of relaxation. WoodhouseSpas.com. WoodhouseSpas.com. Mother's Day Sunday, guys. Don't blow it. Woodhouse. Hey, our Humane May fundraiser continues all month long. Let's save some cats and dogs, horses. HumaneLA.org is how you donate. We're trying to raise $10,000 in the month of May. We need your help. $5, $10. Please donate right now on a Friday. Start the weekend off right. Saving animals. HumaneLA.org is the website to donate. You'll see me laying there with Blue Boy on the top of the page. Click on that and donate. HumaneLA.org. Yay, rainy Friday afternoon. Some heavy. There was a tornado warning on outskirts of the metro. Orleans Parish, Jefferson Parish under a flash flood warning. No, lots of rain today. Coming down. Expected tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday, but I don't think we're going to get this for the next 3 days straight. And tomorrow, when you look at weather.com and other sites, the rain percentage drops throughout the day, kind of goes up and down, but it's a low percentage of rain tomorrow. It looks like could be even sunny, cloudy, sunny, maybe some rain, but not like what we're having today. Not like what we're having right now. And let me see. I had the site up a second ago. This is supposed to end sometime soon. Let's see. Rain for the next hour. And then, on and off till around midnight or so, depending on where you are. So anyway, yeah, boy, a rainy Friday. But, we kind of know the drill. A lot of folks leaving work at lunch, go to lunch, don't come back. Knock out that work on the laptop at home. People leaving at 1, 2, 3 o'clock before the rush hour jam, after 3:30. Some schools, hey, come pick up your kids if you can. Well, we'll let them out early just to break it apart where everybody's not going at the same time. So is it trafficy out there? Yeah, because there's rain and it's a Friday, but not as bad as you would think. I would say almost easier to get around right now than a typical Friday when it's not raining because everybody's on the street at the same time. Someone's going to call me sitting at Vets and Cleary and be like, Corey, I'm been bumper to bumper. What are you talking about? Boy, something that bummed me out, and nothing major, but I looked at like next week's weather. Wednesday and Thursday, like 93 degrees on the thermometer. Yesterday, it was 86, feels like 93. Yesterday was kind of a scorcher. You spent some time outside yesterday. You were sweating. You were perspiring. Next week, it's going to be 93, feels like 98. Maybe 93 feels like 100. That's next week. That's it. I mean, summer's officially starting. 2 seasons, like I said yesterday, like I always say. We have about 6 months of summer and 6 months of a non-summer season. And we're at the end, the very tail end, a day or two left of the non-summer season, and we've got 6 straight months. See you in October of the summer season. It's starting next week. Wednesday and Thursday, 93 degrees on the thermometer, 90 plus. Ouch. It's May. It'll be mid-May by next week. Already mid-May by the middle of next week where we creep into the 90s. Now, remember, not last year, 2 years ago, we had like 3 days in May in the 90s. And then in June, we had like 5 or 6. And then summer really didn't start almost till like late June, July. Like 2 years ago is the weirdest thing in my lifetime as a New Orleanian, like the latest starting summer. We might have had maybe 5 to 8 days in May and June in the 90s, like under 10. And we'll probably have 10 by the end of May. We got 2 next week, 93 degrees. Hey, that means your AC better be working right. Every day we broadcast on radio, television, on YouTube from the Buddy Delaberto's Total Maintenance Studios. The Buddy Delaberto Total Maintenance Studios. Total Maintenance. Your honest air conditioning experts that come immediately. That's all you need in an AC company. Honest experts that come immediately. And they've been at it 40 years with a sterling reputation in Southeast Louisiana. If you need air conditioning help in New Orleans or Baton Rouge, think Total Maintenance. TM-AC.com. If you need air conditioning help in New Orleans or Baton Rouge, think Total Maintenance. TM-AC.com. Corey Johnson with you. Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Yeah, you right. Scot Craig's going to join us next from Katie's in Mid-City. Yummy. From Francesca Deli. I know it's Seafood Friday. They got a great seafood platter at Francesca Deli over in Lakeview. Both places have great pizza, too. Scot Craig to join us next. Michael Hecht had some interesting news. He says Monday, a major announcement. Also, a major announcement of one of the largest leases in the CBD, like an outside company's coming in and renting some major space in the central business district, coming in with their white-collar jobs. That's what we need. White-collar jobs in the CBD. Yeah, you're right. Scot Craig next. Don't go anywhere.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. Have you been to the new Tracy's on Magazine? There's no better sports bar restaurant in the entire city. Tracy's is inside of a 100-year-old building with literally dozens and dozens of flat-screen TVs, including a 120-inch monster. Tracy's has everything you're looking for in a sports bar, including arguably the best roast beef po' boy in town. When it's time to check out your favorite teams, make it Tracy's on Magazine at Pleasant, in between Washington and Louisiana. Legendary Tracy's in the Garden District.
Some people think paint is paint. Well, it ain't. Paint ain't paint. At Helm Paint, we only sell Benjamin Moore because it's the best paint on the planet. In the end, you'll save time, effort, and money because Benjamin Moore paints cover beautifully in less coats. So the next time you pick up a brush, remember, big box, big mistake. Because paint ain't paint. To get the best, you gotta go to Helm. Let us steer you right. Helm Paint.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamar Automotive Complex, there's something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Scot Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson back at you. Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Boy, on a day like this, you're happy that you got Audubon gutters. I am. They installed new gutters on my house back in October with the Leaf Guard system. Never have to hire someone to climb up on the roof or get on a ladder and clean my gutters again. All they do are gutters. Audubon gutters for nearly 35 years. AudubonGutters.com. A wet Friday. Scot Craig joins us from Katie's from Francesca Deli. What up, Scott?
Doing great, brother. How are you?
Doing well, man. What's happening? Where you at? Katie's or Francesca or somewhere else?
I'm in my car out in front of Katie's restaurant.
Nice, man.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I guess.
I'm waiting,
I guess taking.
I'm waiting.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. UNO's bringing a recruit in tonight at 6:00. I meet all of their recruits. They bring them all to Katie's, and I get to meet them and talk to them. And they are assembling a heck of a team, man.
You're talking about basketball?
Basketball, yeah. Be really impressed. We need to get people out to go see them this year. You really need to buy some tickets and support the University of New Orleans basketball.
They have a new ambassador out there for hoops, right?
They do. Master P has gotten involved with we call him Coach P. He loves basketball. He was a great basketball player in his own right.
Yeah, he was. He was a good player.
When he was at Booker T. And he's been a big cog in helping the University of New Orleans rebuild that basketball program.
No, that's a big name. Going to draw a lot of attention. I hope he, talks the talk and walks the walk, puts up money. I mean, UNO needs money. UNO needs increased enrollment, but basketball can be a great marketing tool for all of that stuff, Scott. So, that's good news.
All athletics are a great marketing tool for universities.
Yeah.
I mean, the University of Alabama added a third of their enrollment when Nick Saban got there. I mean, it just took off. And, it could really help UNO, and that's what Master P is doing. And they've got a great coaching staff. They had a great coaching staff, but that was before NIL. So it was a whole different world. And, they've got some money now, and they've got some money to take care of the players, and they're doing it. They're getting players from they've got 2 players coming in from Wake Forest.
Nice.
They've got a player coming in from Baylor.
Excellent.
They're assembling what here's an example, what Will Wade did at McNeese.
I was going to say, if Will Wade can win at McNeese, you can win at UNO.
Yes. And it's just really impressive to meet these young men, and they're coming in, and I'm trying to just give them some tutelage on about New Orleans and how much I love our city, and they're going to love it here. They're going to be accepted. When they start winning, they're going to love them because we haven't been able to win in a while, and it's hard to get players to come to the University of New Orleans. For what reason, I have never been able to figure that out. We've got some tradition. It was a long time ago, but we've got some tradition, and it's a great school. And I think with LSU coming in, I think UNO will slowly get back to its glory.
I think UNO's like New Orleans East, Scott. Lack of leadership, lack of a master plan, lack of guidance, no proper marketing or promotion. It's the University of New Orleans. By default,
right,
it should have 30, 40, 50,000 students. It should be a huge economic engine for the city of New Orleans and the region. And it should have international students all over that campus and American students from every state.
The problem is, Corey, and you and I have talked about this, when we were in the LSU system, and it looks like we will be again, LSU always held us down. They did not want us to grow and be a huge university. And ULL came in, the ULL system,
yep,
and the same thing. They have their big university, and they want to keep UNO down. Honestly, I believe back in the day they were afraid of the University of New Orleans growing too much.
Yes.
And having 35,000 students.
Yep.
And filling up the East Campus and having buildings everywhere. So, in a perfect world, UNO needs to have its own system. But that's never going to happen because we simply don't have the money here.
Yep.
But what we can do is support the University of New Orleans, help the University of New Orleans. And You can start by buying basketball tickets or going to baseball games, whatever it takes. Do something to support the university because it can't do it without locals, Corey. It's like, it's like my business, local restaurants. We can't do it without local support. It's just not going to happen. And another restaurant is closing. A great restaurant is closing in the French Quarter.
Justine.
It's
Justine.
Justine. One of the best chefs in the city. Second time in a couple of weeks we've heard about this. Two of the best chefs in New Orleans are having to close their restaurants because we're not getting enough local support. And look, I know times are tough. I mean, just instead of going to a chain, go to a local restaurant and try to do it New Orleans Parish. Jefferson Parish has enough. I mean, we need support right now, just like the University of New Orleans. It's the same exact thing.
Yep.
We need support from our own people.
Yep.
And these people, what irritates me more than anything in the world? I don't go to Orleans Parish anymore. I live in Metairie. Well, why? Why is that? It's a beautiful city. Oh, by the way, this city made you who you are.
Yeah, no, exactly, Scott. Made them who they are. If you're going to go to the same 5 places in Jefferson Parish, it's like they're, 50, they're 100, they're 150 in New Orleans if they're 5 in Jefferson Parish. So, yeah, these people are like kind of self-induced suffering. Like they may not think so. I'm very happy going to Joe Blow's, 4 times a week. It's like, I don't know. I like variety. I like New Orleans. I go to Metairie restaurants, but I go to a lot in New Orleans too. I'm not scared of New Orleans. Are you kidding me?
And there's nothing wrong with the Metairie restaurants. There's a lot of great restaurants out there, but it's a lot of chains. We don't need to support chains. They're okay. They're going to make it. Believe me. They'll be fine.
Yep.
Think about your local restaurants and the beautiful restaurants in this gorgeous city that we have.
No,
support New Orleans, crying out loud.
No, you're right. And
the crime's down again. But the naysayers will say, they're lying to us. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, I just say those folks just torturing themselves, Scott. New Orleans is the pearl in the oyster. It's, the French Quarter, the CBD, the Warehouse District, Treme, Uptown. You've got 150 fantastic restaurants. It's crazy not to be hitting those. Mid-City, Riverbend, Lakeview. Lakeview now is ridiculous, the amount of restaurants out there. So, people are crazy. The anti-New Orleans thing. If I'm anti-New Orleans, I'm leaving the metro. I'm leaving the state. I'm not going to Metairie or the North Shore. It's all Metro New Orleans. Grow up, people. Get into New Orleans already. I'm with you, Scott.
Yeah, I get fired up about it. When I heard about Justine today, I'm like, here we go. Another one. And look, Katie's is fine. Francesca's fine. But since the pandemic, man, it hadn't been easy. It's tough. And, like Sidney Mandina and I are very close friends, and we talk about things. And this week's been horrible. And it's like, is this a sign of what's to come this summer?
Well, that's why a lot of these places close, because they've been struggling the last few months, and they're like, the summer's going to be worse. And, these places just trying to get in front of, they've already got debt. They've already got losses. They're trying to stop the bleeding. They're already hemorrhaging. No, it sucks. No, and getting back to UNO, 18,000 students, Scott, a couple of decades ago, 18,000. Now it's under 6. That is unacceptable. And anyone who's a New Orleanian with ties to the school or not, that is unacceptable.
And you know what? There are so many. I have so many friends who did the same thing I did. We went to LSU. We partied and had fun for a year, and then went, I got to go to UNO. So we came home and we went to UNO. I had a ball at UNO. The fraternity league, and just was just a lot of fun, and we need to bring UNO back to where it was, or somewhere close.
No, it needs,
10,000
you got to exceed. New plan, new people, follow the lead, hire the number 2 guy at Central or South Florida. Let's grow this thing to 50,000 students over the next couple of decades. Let's grow UNO hugely, nationally and internationally. Hey, Scott, hang on. We're going to come right back, find out what's cooking over there at Katie's and what you got cooking over at Francesca. It is a Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Mother's Day is this Sunday. This Sunday, we found out what Scott's got cooking on that. Don't move.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Interlocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Interlocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Interlocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Does Helm Paint have the best paint on the planet? Helm, yeah. We only sell Benjamin Moore, the world's finest paint. Because paint ain't paint. Let us steer you right. Helm Paint.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Have you been to the new Tracy's on Magazine? There's no better sports bar restaurant in the entire city. Tracy's is inside of a 100-year-old building with literally dozens and dozens of flat-screen TVs, including a 120-inch monster. Tracy's has everything you're looking for in a sports bar, including arguably the best roast beef po' boy in town. When it's time to check out your favorite teams, make it Tracy's on Magazine at Pleasant, in between Washington and Louisiana. Legendary Tracy's in the Garden District.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scot Craig of Katie.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamar Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
It's called a raincoat, and it's called an umbrella. Get them out. It's a little rainy on this Friday, but don't let it wreck your plans of heading out. Maybe you're thinking about getting a bite to eat on this Friday. Head to Mid-City, head to Katie's, Iberville, corner Telemachus, about a block or two behind Angelo Bricato's ice cream joint. Scot Craig's with us from Katie's. What you got cooking over there in Mid-City, Scott?
Oh, we've got a great menu this whole weekend. We had a huge one. Anyway, we're doing a fried oyster club sandwich today for lunch and tomorrow with bacon, lettuce, tomato, basil aioli with fried oysters on white toast.
Wow.
We are doing our fried Thai chili ribs. I know it sounds crazy, but if you've never had a fried baby back rib, it just melts in your mouth.
What's the process of making these?
Well, we smoke our ribs and we chill them, and then we batter them, and with a very, very light batter, just some flour, and we toss it into the deep fryer and sear it in the deep fryer, and then toss it in our chili sauce. You know, it's got some cilantro in it. I can't explain how good these are.
Wow.
They just melt in your mouth.
Wow.
And we're doing a seared tuna, strawberry, spinach feta salad. Lamb chops over Bucktown pasta. That's a spicy, creamy pasta with spinach, with some fried onions tossed on top. Little, thin little onions.
Yeah.
Smoked sweet heat salmon. So we marinated the salmon in some cayenne, just a little bit, and some sweet glaze, and we smoked it. Unbelievably good. But asparagus and mashed potatoes. We've got grilled flank steak with yellow rice, black beans, chimichurri sauce. We'll have that on Sunday too with eggs.
It's a little Argentine slab you got going there, huh?
Really good. Sliced seared pork belly with fried green tomatoes, spring mix, and jalapeno aioli on toast. We are doing a lobster omelet with spinach and mushrooms, mozzarella cheese, and a breakfast casserole with potatoes, sausage, egg, cheese, and bacon, served with our unbelievable, I don't say world famous, because, some people have pretty good biscuits. But our biscuits are not floury like some biscuits. They're delicious. With a biscuit and country gravy. It's a weekend menu, and be there or be square.
Yeah, that's an incredible menu. Scott, are all those your dishes? You created everything on the menu, or you got a little help?
Well, we meet on Mondays. My general manager, my sous chef, and my kitchen manager, and we all come up with ideas. And, I shoot them recipe ideas all the time. I'll think of something, write it down, and email it or text it to them. And we all get together and come up with these ideas. And it works. We've got a great team there, man. We work so hard, Corey, that it really, really bothers me when I see days like we've had the last couple of days. We worked so hard at putting those menus together and then executing the menu we have. I think we're really good. And look, we've made mistakes over the years. There's no question. But I've got a great, consistent kitchen now that works well together. And I'm proud of them, man. And I want to be able to showcase what we're doing there to people. And you've got to come see it. You've got to come. Now, obviously, if you want to be on the patio tonight, you better bring a raincoat.
Yeah, no, the rain may stop in an hour or two, so you never know. But yeah, generally speaking, you're right. But tomorrow could just be kind of cloudy and sunny and no rain. So just got to see how it goes. And if we get that, it could be kind of comfortable. Like today at noon is a perfect example. Scott, I always mention this. Our non-summer, I should say our summer season, it's hard to eat outside. But when you get like at noon today, the rain had stopped. You could tell it wasn't going to rain for like an hour or two. You could tell. And it was breezy and nice. It was like 72 degrees. I was like, this is a perfect example of when you can eat outside this time of year. It was perfect at lunchtime to eat outside today. Perfect.
We didn't open it because everything gets drenched. And you have to set everything up. And then it starts raining again when people are sitting outside. You don't know exactly when. And it starts doing that, and then, it's a mess.
No, that makes sense. And then it started raining like by 2 in the afternoon again. But I just remember around 11:45 outside with my dog, I was like, damn, this is nice, This is nice.
And honestly, I mean, it wasn't very busy enough. But so another thing we're doing, we've redone upstairs. We've got new floors. We've painted. And then the artist that did our fences on the patio is taking 3 tables at a time. We have wood tables, right? She is sanding them down and painting them like the fences outside. So when you come in, you see these little spots of tables that Jessica Tell is at. This amazing artist has done for us. And we're doing a lot of fun things, and we're trying to change it up a little bit. You still have the great ambiance that you have when you walk in Katie's, but man, we're working really hard to keep that place cool and up with the times.
Yep.
I wish I could showcase it. I want people to come see it.
It's a mid-city mainstay, the quintessential New Orleans neighborhood restaurant, a true taste of New Orleans, as New Orleans as it gets. Iberville, corner Tallahassee in Mid-City. Put it on the GPS. You know where it is. Katie's in Mid-City. Scot Craig's with us from Katie's. Scot Craig, also owner, operator, chef at Francesca Deli. Seafood night on Friday?
Seafood night on Friday. Don't forget we're doing crawfish every Thursday on the patio. That's a lot of fun, too. You have to eat them outside because they're too messy to eat inside.
It's boiled crawfish at Francesca every Thursday?
Yep.
From when to when?
From 4 till we run out.
From 4 o'clock on every Thursday, crawfish at Francesca. Nice.
We did 4 sacks yesterday, and that was plenty. We did 6 sacks the first Thursday of Jazz Fest. Mistake, because we didn't have anybody in there. Everybody was at Jazz Fest.
There was a crawfish pizza special the next day.
Yeah, we do the crawfish pizza every year, both weekends. We used to call it the Jazz Fest Pizza, but we can't call it that anymore because they don't make enough money. So it is the Festival Pizza. It's crawfish, mozzarella, whole-milk mozzarella, Provel cheese, cheddar cheese, caramelized onion, and jalapenos. It's the same thing we put in the crawfish beignet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Francesca Deli on Harrison in between Canal Boulevard and West End. Hey, what's the most popular sandwich at Francesca?
Wow, man. I haven't looked at the P&L, but the roast beef, the corned beef, which would be the Reuben, or the Everybody Loves Raymond. That's named after Raymond Genovese, one of my best friends, and that's got coleslaw and Swiss cheese on it.
Wait. Ray, you're talking about maybe 70 years old? Just had a knee operation?
No, he's my age.
Okay.
He's a former police officer. I was going to be a police officer in 1985, and we were doing the testing together, and he made it, and I didn't. Thank God. And we're friends. We've been friends ever since.
Is his dad Ray too, or no?
His dad was Tony Sr., and his brother was Tony.
All right. I guess that's just a typical local Italian name because I know a Ray as well. Anyway, Hey, Scott.
All police officers.
Yep.
All of them.
Yep. What else is happening at Francesca? Pizzas, right?
Well, I mean, you got to come see my wall of fame of the St. Louis Cardinals and Ed Daniels.
Nice.
I've got a St. Louis Cardinal Ed Daniel jersey.
Wow.
And I've got to say this. His wife, Robin, that I'm friends with, with Ken Trahan, and we're all friends. She says, "Are you going to be at the deli this past Monday?" And I said, "Sure." And I meet her over there, and she brings me Ed Daniels, her husband's St. Louis Cardinal jacket. If you don't think I didn't start crying, it was so hard. I wish I could wear it. I won't be able to wear it for 7 months, but it was just the sweetest thing ever. And there's a picture on social media of me holding it with Robin and Denise Trahan and Ken Trahan. We're all good friends.
Wow.
And, we all love the Cardinals. So
that's good stuff there. I'm glad to hear that.
Heartwarming, man. Really heartwarming.
That is.
Really.
Hey, Scott, hang on a second. We're going to come right back. That's a good way to head to the break. Thinking about Ed Daniels. Corey Johnson with you. It is a Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Yeah, that is Scot Craig. He's with us as well from Katie's and Francesca. Coming right back, New Orleans. Don't move on this rainy Friday.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Scot Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Some people think paint is paint. Well, it ain't. Paint ain't paint. At Helm Paint, we only sell Benjamin Moore because it's the best paint on the planet. In the end, you'll save time, effort, and money because Benjamin Moore paints cover beautifully in less coats. So the next time you pick up a brush, remember, big box, big mistake. Because paint ain't paint. To get the best, you gotta go to Helm. Let us steer you right. Helm Paint.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now. Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Have you been to the new Tracy's on Magazine? There's no better sports bar restaurant in the entire city. Tracy's is inside of a 100-year-old building with literally dozens and dozens of flat-screen TVs, including a 120-inch monster. Tracy's has everything you're looking for in a sports bar, including arguably the best roast beef po' boy in town. When it's time to check out your favorite teams, make it Tracy's on Magazine at Pleasant, in between Washington and Louisiana. Legendary Tracy's in the Garden District.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Hey, Mother's Day is this Sunday. Don't forget about Mom. Mother's Day is this Sunday. Get her what she wants. A day of relaxation at the city's premier day spa, the Woodhouse Day Spa. They're open late tonight. They're open tomorrow. They're open on Sunday. Get her what she wants, guys. A day of relaxation at the Woodhouse Day Spa. Our Humane May fundraiser going on right now in the month of May. Again, we do it every year. We're trying to raise $10,000 for cats and dogs, kittens, puppies, horses, for animals. We're trying to raise $10,000 for the Humane Society of Louisiana. Please go to their website and donate right now. Start your weekend off right. $5, $10, $20, $50, $100, whatever you can afford. HumaneLA.org is the website. HumaneLA.org. Let's save some animals. Corey Johnson with. Oh, go ahead, Scott.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Corey, because I donate every year.
Every year you do. I know you do, Scott. You're the champ.
Yeah, I love my animals, man. And we've got all rescues. All,
Nice.
They're the best animals in the world to us. I know everybody loves their animals.
Yep. Most people do. Some people are lunatics and buy a dog and throw it in the backyard 24 hours a day like it's an alarm system, It's a responsibility.
We're really full Sunday. We have some late times. But if anybody needs a reservation, email me at Scott, S-C-O-T, at Katie's, K-A-T-I-E-S, N-I-N, mid-M-I-D city, CITY.com. And I'll see what I can do. But if you go online, it might be tough.
You guys are fully booked for Mother's Day. You're saying Sunday for Katie's legendary brunch?
We're booked in certain hours. And I give roses to the ladies and, and stuff like that. So, and it's just really fun and cool,
What are the hours on Sunday for Mother's Day?
10 to 5.
Same hours as regular?
Yeah, 10 to 5, regular brunch days. Yeah, 10
All right.
to 5.
S-C-O-T, only one T in Scott, you guys. S-C-O-T at Katie's, K-A-T-I-E-S. Scott at katie'sinmidcity.com. All of that spelled out. Scott with one T at katie'sinmidcity.com. Email Scott if you need a reservation for Sunday, Mother's Day. Scott's got some availabilities, different time slots in between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m.
Yep.
What's on Mother's Day brunch menu? What are the goodies?
Well, we're doing the lobster omelet that I mentioned. We're doing the, my memory is just going to poop. Lobster omelet, and we're doing the breakfast casserole. We're doing the sliced seared pork belly with fried green tomatoes. Should be delicious. We'll probably have several of these things, plus our Benedict, soft shell crab Benedict. We've got such an extensive menu. I mean, there's something on it for everybody.
Yep.
So we'll probably give our Thai ribs.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, not Thai ribs, sweet chili ribs.
Are there any? I love your limited items, Scott, because they're so exclusive. Like when you have flounder or speckled trout and you pompano and you have 15, 18. You have any kind of those gimmicks going over the weekend or for Mother's Day?
Salmon. You know, we probably got 7 pieces of salmon left. That's what it was when I left at 3:00, and I don't think we sold anything during the monsoon. So we had like 7 of those left. But everything else, we're a little short on soft-shell crab. You know, we always have soft-shell crab, and those are fresh. I'm hoping that he brings me some more in the morning. But my guy drives down to Lafitte and gets crabs and brings them back.
Nice.
And I mean, not the crabs, and brings them back.
Nice. Gotta like that. Still moving in the cardboard box, huh?
Yeah.
Old school.
You've seen them.
Yep. No, you gotta like that.
Yep.
All right, folks. Scott with 1 T at katiesinmidcity.com. Email him if you need a Sunday Mother's Day reservation. Scott at katiesinmidcity.com.
Yep.
Scott, any final thoughts till we do it again?
Support your local restaurants in Orleans Parish, please. We're losing them quickly.
Yep.
And I don't like it.
No, he's right. Mofo closing, and now Justine in the quarter. Support local restaurants in Orleans Parish. I love it. Scott, thanks, brother.
University of New Orleans.
Yeah, no, you're right. I was on my earlier in the week. I had a mayoral platform. You know, like what would I be running on? And I mean, obviously the things like, you know, public education, infrastructure, economy. But I was like cleaning the city, retention ponds, planting trees because we've lost our tree canopy. Worry about coastal erosion, even though it's a state and federal thing. We're New Orleans, we're the, you know, population center. And UNO, the University of New Orleans, it's time for the mayor of this city to put that on the agenda and get with the UNO folks and, you know, be like the person opening the door, the person parking the car. What does UNO need? How can we help you to succeed?
Well, I mean, we've got a good president. She just needs money.
Yeah. Enrollment. Yep. Scott, always a pleasure, brother. Have a great weekend.
You too, pal. Thanks.
Yeah, you're right. That's Scot Craig from Katie's, from Francesca. Email Scott. Still some openings Mother's Day at Katie's. Scott at katiesinmidcity.com. Scott with 1 T. Katie's, Katies. InMidCity.com. Scott at katiesinmidcity.com. That's Blue Boy barking up a storm, saying if you're late on getting your Mother's Day reservations together, Scott at Katie's will take care of you. Scott at katiesinmidcity.com. Thank you, Blue Boy. What are you barking about, buddy? Rain, go away. Please come back another day. Good job, buddy. Have a great weekend, New Orleans. See you 4:00 Monday.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.